Hi everyone, it's Arash and welcome back to my crypto analytics channel, and today we are going to be discussing about the general condition of the market through the on-chain indexes and technically to figure out what is the next movement of the price for the market, especially for the BTC, to which way it is heading to. Let's figure it out. So the first thing I would like to figure it out is the on-chain indexes. Then we will go through the technical, then see we will accord the price movements by the technical. Okay, to which level does it going to move? Well, this recently not too much things didn't happen, so everything it was like slightly normal, and we had no such a impressing thing in the market for the on-chain indexes or for the technical, whatever. So first thing first, if we go and start with the number of addresses with the balance more than $10,000, that means each of these addresses has got more than $10,000 being invested on a BTC. Okay, so if we check out in the past few months, 3 months, we have nothing to do with this rally up, we have nothing to this rally down, just this recently, okay? Since 1st of June to right now. So, this recently, we had seen that the price multiple times had drops day after day. And the last high price which BTC had seen by itself, it was $83,000. Well, at 10th of May, since 83, BTC start crashing a week after a week, until last week, which was June. So the lowest price for the BTC, it was at 6th of June, and we had seen 60k, right? Then since that time until now, the BTC was kind of ranging, was not going through the huge drop to the downward, and it was not rising and spiking very highly. So kinda we have seen the lowest level to the 60, then start ranging. And right now, the number of addresses with the balance $10,000, these people, quietly, they are not massively buying and they are not massively selling. I feel it's like they stuck between some stabilizations to figure out what could be the next step for them, obviously, because seems they are confused. Because this recently, if you had an attention to the deals which happened through the Iran and America for the negotiations, the war negotiations, then maybe these people are waiting to see some results from those guys to make decisions what to do for the market. But whatever, we can see still what is next, and I will tell you the full of summary at the end of the video. This video probably going to take time 15 minutes. So if you didn't subscribe to the channel, guys, subscribe to the channel, and if you like the contents, please thumbs up the videos. So the thing is that, let's say this index currently is confused and has nothing to show us the root of the market. So we can say we got nothing from this index. We couldn't understand anything. Let's say they are confused. And if I move to the addresses which has more than 10,000 BTC in their addresses, that means each of these addresses has got more than 10,000 BTC in their address. So this recently, when the BTC was dropping hardly right here, they were quietly buying and selling. Basically they were doing nothing. So they were ranging between some levels. And this recently, they had a massive drop, and at the same time, BTC price rised up. Then the day after, they stop buying, and BTC price drops more. That's something which doesn't happen usually in normal condition. So in this case, we would say, if from this point to this point, they start selling their funds and BTC price was rising, then day after, we can see massively from 66, it drops to, let's say 65, for example. It's just an example to understand what's going on. Then we will say this rising price was not a healthy one. So this was artificial ones, which happens by one day, probably by having some newses, some data, something like that. Then day after, everything comes to the normal, then drops again. So in general, this index either doesn't say the buyers are coming into the market, but also it doesn't say it's too fucked up. So let's figure out something else, then we will discuss about general conditions. And right now, if I go and check out the accumulation trend score, which is very matter to me, obviously, and this index, guys, doesn't shows the way, for example, since now to tomorrow. At least by according this index and analyzing these indexes, so you gotta put a plenty of time for the market to give the results to you. It cannot happen just analyze the market, then tomorrow morning when you woke up, so yeah, a lot of things happens. No, that can't happen. We're gonna keep us on update with the 0n-Chain analysis and technical analysis. Then we will say this gonna happen between this date to that date. Maybe it could take a time 1 week, maybe it could take a time 1 month. Okay, so you gotta keep it in mind that. So accumulation trend score, in the past 6 months, this index was kinda had a huge ranging since 1st of January 2026 until, let's say, 1st of June 2026. Multiple months, this index was quietly doing fucked up, okay, and had no strong movements to give us the reason that we believe the market attracting huge quality buyers. But this recently, since 3rd of June to right now, which I'm talking to you guys, is 20th of June 2026. Next an hour gonna be 21st of June. So these dates, always I say that, so this index has to be around half or at least 1. In that case, we got the most potential buyers attracting into the market. Well, and look at this, half, more than half, 9, 85, 88, 89, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 7, 99, 99, and last night it was 19th of June, 98, or we can say 1 again. So I say it all the time, if the accumulation trend scores starts to grow, that means the market has attract amount of buyers to itself. Then in the next couple of weeks, a month, then the market, if it's bearish, it's turning to be bullish. And this is what I believe. by according this accumulation trend score index and the two previously indexes which had a confusion condition. In this case, I would say the market can drop to some levels, then from that levels will start making the bottom and turn to the bull market. How? Let's go on a technical, then you'll understand what I mean. Let's move on a daily chart, okay? The daily chart, which we are talking about, let's start it from a while back ago. This final flag in a daily chart for the Bitcoin, it was the final flag it was the final flag after this huge drop which we have for the BTC, since BTC was $115,000, then dropped to the 80k. Then from the 80k, maybe most of people, by themselves, they said to themselves. So from the peak to this level which BTC has dropped, we had seen already over 35% bearish, which was for the BTC over $65,000 drop. So this is a massive drop. Then we are going to turn to the bull market. Maybe in that time somebody says like that, okay? Then what happened? Then totally they were wrong, because the market from $80,000 starts making a final flag in a downtrend, which was bearish. So can you see this red trend line? So which was bearish totally. Then what happened? Then a higher high, a higher low, then step by step, the final flag being made it right here. Then what happened? Then this is the first leg for the BTC drop. Then this was the second leg for the BTC drop, which was almost 10% of the previously drop which happened here. So this was almost 70. Oh, sorry, the previous one was 36%. Then second leg was about 37% drop for the BTC price. So first final flag, the second final flag. The differences between this final flag is that, so this one quality is not huge as much as this one, okay? I'm sorry, but still, by according these final flags and patterns and the on-chain indexes, and also you guys have to understand about the inflations, about the economics data, and all those global stuff. So we are just talking right now about the on-chain indexes and technical things, but you gotta understand about those things too. There's many things you have to be aware of those. And whatever, okay? I'll give my opinion about the market by according all these things. So right now, the final flag which we had right here, and we were expecting, so as we had a support level by this trend line, and then the trend line has worked as a strong support level, then pushed the price to the upward from $65,000 to the $83,000. Then we were hoping, so if this is going to be upward, the trend line again gonna support the price and then push it to the upward. But unfortunately, what happened? We had seen a break of a structure with the full body candle below this trend line. Then we had seen the lowest price $59,000 at it was, I think, 6th of June, not 5th of June, 5th of 6th of June. Yeah, it was 6th of June. Then we had seen these levels. Then price has pushed it over the gain. The question is that, so what is next? Okay, this is the confusion with people gets. So we came until here. So what is going to happen next? Well, guys, I don't know by people's opinion or whatever the market is showing what is next, but I'll give my own opinion and you guys can watch my previous videos, what I said and what happened into the market. Well, again, we are going to see my opinion, and hopefully as far as those videos happen correctly, step by steps, this is going to happen again. Well, all these things happens, and finally here we are. If you see, I have marked two levels for BTC. The first level for me, guys, is these levels. Some points from $50,000 to $54,000, which would be here. This is one of the levels I do expect the BTC is going to drop into it. Then, if this level did not support the BTC to move to the upward and turn to the bull market, then most potential second level to me, guys, it's somewhere hopefully between $45,000 to $48,000. This is the thing would happen for the BTC. Then from these levels, then BTC will turn to the bull market and the bear cycle probably would be finished. But according to inflations and US conditions inflations, if the market did not turn to the bull market, then what is going to happen? The thing which would happen with the market is that, so the BTC will hit some levels, I don't know, one of these levels which I mentioned, or even a bit lower. So the BTC price will hit some levels, then probably by having high inflation rate, the price would not be strong enough to be able to cover itself and push it to the bull market. Then what is going to happen is that the price for a while will start ranging between some prices and some levels, as far as we did for this final flag, as far as we did for this final flag, and as far as we had in these years, which was between 2024 end of 2024 almost. So at least 6, 7 or 5 months, multiple months. So we had ranging just between some prices that the economic status has got, becomes regular and normal. Then the global economics boosts itself. Then price pushes to the upward. So these are the things which I hope it's going to happen for the market. And if anything happens to the market, which was key events, then I'm going to keep you guys updated with the market. Hopefully this helps you a lot. And then if you had any questions, just comment below and then I'm going to answer it. So hope you enjoyed.